Hey everyone. First of all, I hope you can hear me. But I am doing a live stream. Impromptu, well, sort of. I said I was going to come on y'all tonight, soul strengthening sessions. But in all honesty, I actually had a very relaxing day and I just stayed in the space of unplugging and decluttering my mind and my heart. Had a lot of good times with the Lord, praying, releasing some stuff, which I haven't done in a while. So, but I'm actually coming to the end of my night, and I did not want to not come on here. And yes, I have the black screen. I was actually going to see if I can use one of these little, what do you call them, from last time. I don't think it's going to let me. So anyway, how is everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm talking about maintaining your peace. This is the series I started a couple of weeks ago. I believe that's what I titled it, Maintaining Your Peace. And tonight, I just titled it for the sake of giving it a title, it's Maintaining Your Peace in These Crazy Times. Because it is getting harder by the day to stay in perfect peace. Oh, cool. It lets me turn that off. Y'all, I'm still playing with these little, what do you call them? These little buttons in here to see what they do. So anyways, I'm done playing with the screens. Maintaining your peace in these crazy times. This was probably going to be my last video on this, but I felt like this is the right time to share a little on that. And of course, if you guys want to share anything, please hop in the comment section if you're watching the replay, or in the live chat if you are here live with me, and share anything that's on your heart. So let's come back to the basics. Peace is what? We talked about this last week, actually. Peace is a spirit. It is the Spirit of God Himself. It is something that is freely given to us. And the only thing required from us is to tune in to the frequencies of perfect peace and to be in perfect peace as our mind is stayed on Him. And in order for me to have peace in this world, peace in my life, peace in my relationships, peace at work, peace wherever, is to have the Spirit of peace connected to my spirit. It is completely impossible for me to have peace if I am not in tune with the Spirit of peace. So number 2, I must face and conquer my own chaos so that I can stay in peace. Okay, so once I'm spiritually anchored to the Spirit of peace, who is God Himself, then I have the ability to bring my soul realm into this peace, or bring this peace into my soul realm and start dealing with my issues. Okay, if I'm a complete mess, it is because I am either not spiritually connected to the source of peace, or I am connected to the source of peace, but I'm not tuned in and allowing peace to, as I've been sharing actually in Mind Heart Mondays, to do the detox process to get all the poison out of my system, spirit, soul, and body, and cleanse me of the mess, which is the inner healing journey. And that takes me to number 3. I must be on the inner healing journey to have a good grasp on my triggers, my trauma, my wounds, and my roots. Only then can I recognize my vulnerabilities where I'm susceptible to attacks from the outside. So again, I am, as you can see, this is why I teach the importance of being the gatekeeper of your mind and the gatekeeper of your heart, is living in this world, we are not going to have peace. Because there is no peace in this world. That's a misnomer, that's a falsehood, that's a fabricated American dream that we're going to have peace in this world. There is no peace without the Prince of Peace or the Spirit of Peace. So therefore, I must have peace indwelling me so that I can bring this peace out of me and give it to others. It is all spiritual all the time. Hi everybody, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see all of you. I hope you can hear me okay. Well, everyone's coming in. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I don't have my camera on tonight because I was actually going to go to bed soon, but I wanted to do this because I wanted to honor my commitment to you guys. I did say I was going to come on yesterday. So, yes, I must have the Spirit of Peace in order to handle these crazy times. Now, I shared back in 2021, and I was reminded of it today, that people were acting funny. People were acting weird. People were acting different. I started noticing this personally in 2021. And I got a lot of revelation actually that year. I had a lot of downloads in my spirit about what was going on in the world, what was going on with people, what was going on in society, and certainly in the States. And I shared a lot on this noticeable division in people. Now, fast forward, here we are in 2026, and the chaos is uncontainable at this point. Things are continuing to get worse. The madness continues. People are acting even more unhinged. I mean, the list goes on. So all the more reason we must be in a space where I am in the know and I am in the flow of the Spirit of Peace so that I can handle what is coming against me from the outside. And I'm telling you, the more in tune you are with your own chaos, the less access the world, the enemy, and your own default nature will have to pull you back into chaos. This is why I have the mandate to teach on the inner healing journey. This is what God has called me to do. He's called me to, as the word says, heal the brokenhearted and set the captives free. And I take that very serious. I am, as I've been sharing it with you guys, I am on my own inner healing journey. I've been in this process for quite some time. By the grace of God, I'm on the other side of a lot of it. And I'm definitely still in recovery from many, many things. And so my encouragement to you is, if you are struggling to get a grip on what's happening around us, the place to start is your own spirit and its health and its anchor to the Spirit of Peace. Because I'm telling you, and there's so much I want to share, you guys. One of the things that I've kind of gotten away from, that I've been reminded of recently, and some of it has to do with my work schedule, because my work schedule changed actually very drastically the last few weeks, or actually a little bit longer than that. But I had a specific day of the week kind of set aside to unplug and to let my mind settle. This is so vital, you guys. And I taught on this. I remember teaching on this a lot. I think it was 2020. Because, as we know, 2020 was kind of the launching pad for the times we're in.
but I was sharing on the importance of taking a day for yourself to unplug. Turn off your phone, turn off the television. Don't,
just kind of isolate yourself for a little bit so you can have time for your mind
to settle, because that's step one. How do I turn off all the noise coming at me? Well, I have to be actively participating in that. And part of that process is to unplug, to turn off the noise, to stop the information coming at you and allow your mind to settle. Then, when my mind is settled, then I can begin to sort what I'm actually thinking. What are my thoughts? What are my beliefs? What's going on in my mind? What do I truly believe is real and true, and what is actually deception that I've passively received as my, assimilated into my belief system? All of this is so vital, you guys. And so, yeah, with that, I encourage you, as I'm encouraging myself, even though my schedule is crazy, that I can still have a day when I'm off and that's what I did today. So that's why I feel kind of rejuvenated and more clear-headed, and I definitely had a lot of time to spend with the Lord and listen and be still and kind of reflect back some of the issues that I've been dealing with, and it's been amazing and beautiful. I see you guys are here. Sorry, y'all. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm actually reading now. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, Faith Family. How are you? Hi, May. Hello, Red. Amen. I agree. Yes. Amen. The Prince of Peace. That's good. Yes, there is definitely a lot of deception everywhere, actually. It's very important that we discern through the Spirit of the Lord what we are tuned into. Again, what are you believing is truth? And how do I know what is truth? I must have the Spirit of truth to discern what is true and what is false. As in the same capacity that I don't know peace without peace itself in my spirit guiding me. So yes, good point. You must discern what you are receiving as information. Very important. So unplugging is essential. This is important to have that time for yourself. It's beautiful and amazing, especially if you do it as a discipline where you literally devote. And you know what? Even if you don't have a day off or you don't have a designated day, you can do this anytime and any day of the week or night. Set 30 minutes aside and just breathe and just let your mind rest and let your heart rest and give yourself that time to recalibrate and come back to your center, which again, you need that place to come back to, which is the Spirit of the Lord. Tomorrow is my anxiety class because I feel like I need to talk more about managing anxiety, especially with everything that's been going on. This is very important for us as well. And again, my anxiety levels will reflect how connected I am to peace, how centered I am in my spirit, where am I putting my trust, how am I managing my triggers, what part of the process am I in my inner healing journey. All of this is important to assess for yourself in keeping your head and keeping your mind sober and keeping your heart stable. And we all have those triggers. We all have those places within ourselves that
either because they're still in the healing process or because they haven't been dealt with at all, that we are susceptible to being attacked. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot going on. It's kind of hard to, I would have to speak to like different areas and levels of this because everybody's kind of in a different space when it comes to this. But one of the things that I am discerning in my spirit about where we are with the attacks and the spiritual warfare that's happening, and again, you have to discern where you are because the Lord has us all in different places. As I shared at the start of, well, actually, I shared it last year because I was discerning this last year. But some of us are going into the deep refining process. So we're actually being humbled. We're coming down into humility. And really, it's not down, but it's your your days of, false humility are over for those of you that struggle and wrestle with that. The Lord is doing a work in you now where you are going to submit to his mighty hand in humility, and it's for your own good. And we all have to go through this process, by the way. But others of us have been and have gone through the fire. We've gone through the refining process. We've gone through, as I call it, the Job experience, where you lost your life, you lost everything, and you were faithful to the Lord. You stayed true to his promised word over your life. You stood the test. You didn't give up. You didn't turn your back on him. You stayed the course in spite of everything and everyone. And he is bringing you up in this season, in this earth realm. He is bringing you into his glorified purpose and promise for you. So again, you have to discern where am I in my own process of going from glory to glory in these last days. But with that said, what I'm getting to is, depending on all of that, the warfare that we're going through, okay, the attacks that are coming at us, the battles that we're going through, again, where do they come from? Why do they happen? So there's 3 areas. The enemy comes at me, the world comes at me, or I come against myself because of my unhealed issues, my default nature, my sin nature, if you want to call it that. So it's important for us to know where we are in all of this. But part of this maintaining my peace in these crazy times, and this is what I want to highlight before I let you guys go, is my my posture. I'm going to say posture because that's the perfect word, I think, to describe what I'm going to say with people. This is a question to ask myself, yourself. What is my posture with people? I have to discern. Now, again, this is going to hit differently based on your spiritual gifts, your calling. What is God calling you to do? What is your line of work? What is it that, all of this is important to understand for yourself. But in the terms of the attacks that are coming at us, that come through people, I must discern what is the posture that God has me in. Now, part of this will never change, okay? I would encourage you to read The Marks of the True Christian, which is found in Romans. I think it's Romans 12. I don't have my Bible, you guys, but meditate on that passage and remember, when I'm confused or when I forget or when I'm having a hard time. What is it that God calls me to? Because he calls us to a higher, he calls us to a higher standard than what the world presents. And so therefore, I must discern, what is my posture with people? Where does God have me right now? There is a season, and again, based on your recovery, what you're going through, what God is teaching you, what you're healing from, there's so many variables to this. But I must remember that the degree of my assessment and understanding of my own healing process is what's going to determine my vulnerability and these attacks that come against me through people. Okay? You have to know these things about yourself. Are you someone who's very trusting of people? Are you someone who's very, untrusting of people? You know, is God calling you to trust people more right now? Or is he calling you to pull back because you're too naive and gullible? All of these things I must know about myself, because right now, because of, this sort of, what do I want to call it? It's kind of I'll say it's a divine reversal in some ways. It is. But I must discern where God has me with people. I shared a video, I think it was 2024. I remember I was sitting in my car at the time, and I was talking about your circle. Discern your circle. I think it was what I was talking about. And it's here on my YouTube if you want to fish for it. But who are my circle? Who are my people that I can trust? This is very important right now. Who